What does testing do?
Makes us good at what we do.
Yes, and we're terrible. Oh, we're on.
Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin Travis. Take it away, guys. What's up? What's
we do
going
not
on?
self-deprecate during the intro video. We don't do it.
Sometimes.
No.
Sometimes we do it.
Sometimes.
Well, that kicks me off the screen. Can't be doing it. All right, there we are. Whoa.
That's fine. You look fine to me. Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
Everyone, welcome back. Episode 5. We're halfway through the season.
Half of our audience is audio only, so they wouldn't notice any of my mistakes.
That's right.
Only the YouTubers would notice my mistakes.
So we appreciate you guys. But yeah, check the links in the descriptions. There are ways that you can watch us and listen to us if you only listen to us or watch us. I was trying to put it out there. Tweet us. Leave us a voicemail. We still haven't had anybody do that.
Eventually, it'll happen.
It should happen. My computer updated. For all I got logged out of our account, so maybe we have a voicemail. Right now, I haven't checked. So
I have no way of checking those. So
yeah,
it's all on you, boss.
You should learn to do that. You should learn to jump in there.
I should.
Eventually, people are just going to be slamming us with voicemails.
As they should.
Until that time. Oh, we don't have any voicemails still. There's that.
Fair enough.
But you can follow us at the Pantless Pod 1. You can listen to us on any podcasting platform. We're on the YouTube if you want to see our beautiful mugs. But anyway, other than that,
how have you been doing?
Man, I've been great.
Have you?
Yeah, fantastic.
So, just so you know, have you been paying attention to any of the NFL free agency going on?
I got a little bit of rumor that one of my boys, Baker Mayfield, possibly could go to one of my teams, the Indianapolis Colts.
Rumor.
But now it's looking like that might not be the case, but I'm hoping it is because I like Baker. I like the Colts. If Baker went to the Colts, I would probably get a jersey. I probably would get a Colts Mayfield jersey.
That's big news. It's saying Jameis Winston is more than likely returning to the Saints.
Okay.
I just read this as I was doing a little bit of research before we started. Kansas City Chiefs and former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster have agreed to a one-year, $10.75 million deal.
That's a heck of a deal.
That's...
They want to win a Super Bowl. Juju's good, but
that's a weapon.
I don't know if he's $10 million. I mean, they better win.
They only signed him to a one-year deal.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
They're
saying they're probably going to grab a couple other pieces that we don't know about yet, and they're gonna pull in LA, and they're gonna buy themselves a Super Bowl. So,
do we want to run a breaking news right here? Did you hear about the big trade deal? The earth-shattering breaking.
No.
Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson has decided he wants to play for the
Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
That's right.
The Browns and Texans are finalizing the trade compensation for Watson, but it's expected to include 3 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and potentially a 5th-round pick.
Right.
That's
that goes
huge. But he may
not
not
to that Baker Mayfield. Like Baker seems like he's already conceding. Like he's already put out the "I love you, Cleveland. It's been fun," and he's still in Cleveland, but he's acting like he's on his way out.
I think it was this morning he requested a trade, and they said, "No, nope, not doing it." But that was before this news came out. But it's unclear if Deshaun Watson will be able to play this year or not.
Right.
Because even though all the legal stuff he wasn't found guilty for a lot of the legal stuff. There was a bunch of weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
I've heard from my sources that the NFL still has a chance to step in and say, yeah, we don't. Yeah, let's go ahead and suspend you for the year for 7 games for set time.
The Browns are gamblers.
So
they're like the Cowboys, just without the victories.
So they may keep Baker if if they sign Watson and the NFL's like, well, he's not playing this year, we're suspending him, because the NFL has not done everything that's gone on with Deshaun Watson. NFL has not stepped in and done any corrective actions for anything that's gone on with him. They're waiting for the legal system to figure their stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the NFL's going to step in later, and who knows what they're going to do. Nobody's really expecting him. And he's been out of football for almost 2 years. Year and a half, 2 years almost. He hasn't played. He didn't play all of last year. I don't remember
what. All?
No.
Dang.
No. So he hasn't played any football for over a year. What kind of shape's he going to be in? What is he even still that good?
I'm sure he is. He's, after you have a year off, let your body heal up, I think he's going to be just fine. Of course, if he goes to Cleveland, we know how that is. So
Cleveland, Cleveland picked up somebody else. That wasn't the only trade Cleveland's done. Who else did Cleveland get?
No, nothing.
I'm trying to remember, because I know, at Green Bay wide receiver Adams, I think he got traded to Las Vegas.
Ooh, nice. Vegas is that. Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
Yeah. He's a stud.
Packers traded Adams to the Raiders. Equanimous St. Brown. The brother, I think his brother is Amon-Ra St. Brown, that plays for the Lions.
Amon-Ra, like the Egyptian.
Yeah, his name's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That is fantastic. That is an awesome name.
I think he's going to the Bears.
The Bears.
What was another good one? Because I know Washington's lost a couple players. Ioannidis got picked up by another team.
I thought Danny Unitas passed away.
No, Ioannidis.
Oh, that is.
I'm trying to remember.
Continue.
I'm looking for it because I know one of the Commanders guard Sheriff, he got signed by another team. A lot of stuff. How you doing in fantasy sports there, boss?
Last I saw, I was winning in the first round of the basketball.
Hate you.
But it's close. There's another week. Anything can happen.
I hate you a lot less right now.
If my players stay healthy, I should have a good shot at making it out of the first round against a very tough team.
How many points you got right now?
992.
I just scored half that in one night.
Oh, you have
I got a lead.
You've got 20 more points than I have. I'm the second highest scoring team in the league right now.
Freaking,
you're the highest scoring.
Somebody balled out in my game. I don't know who it was. Oh,
random no name.
LeBron tripped and fell into 64.
Oh, okay.
Scotty Barnes, he sneezed and got 68.
Right.
I guess Bam is back. He got 44. Let's just say I had a full. I didn't have any open spots tonight.
Nice. And you had a lot of people play very, very well.
My lowest scoring player is 13. Then the closest to him was 32. Then everybody else was in the 40s or 50s. So, yes. Oh, the guy that scored 32, Kevin Porter Jr., he's still playing.
There you go. Well, 4 points.
And it doesn't look like David's really paying attention.
Who knows? Maybe. Hey, me and you, championship, bro. Cheers.
Yep, right here.
Here. Clink. There we go.
There it is. Hey, I'm excited for it.
Let's do it. Wouldn't that be cool? You and I take down the big old twins, and
I beat you in the championship. That'd be so awesome.
I mean, it
would be awesome.
It could happen.
Admit.
You've beat me in basketball playoffs before, so
I think I beat you in the first round last year, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That
was one of my
points.
That was one of my rare wins against you. And oh, remind me, we might have a new stickball member. I just gotta find a way to get them an invite.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody that I know is interested in playing fantasy sports.
Okay.
Kind of threw me for a loop. I'm like, okay, I'll find a way to get you an invite.
Yeah, make it happen.
And then I want to start with baseball since that's the next one coming across. We need to get our snake draft going. I'm looking at you guys.
You guys.
And
He's talking to you guys.
Talking to you guys as well. If you're interested in fantasy sports and wish to try it out for the first time, we're not really all that good at it. At any of them.
Kind of bad, actually.
This guy's going to drop a link down below. It'll be in all the descriptions to join.
I love pressure.
Message us, DM us, whatever you got to do. Send us a DM on Twitter. I will probably not be checking. I'll start checking it. Shoot us a message, and we'll get you the links to join our sports. David's still scoring more points.
It's okay.
I'm only up by 12 now. He just hit the 1,000 mark. It's 1,012 to 1,000 even.
It's gonna be close. Well, I think both of our games are gonna be really close. It's gonna be very, very fun, and it's gonna come down. Here's what's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be those player acquisitions. Somebody is gonna have to get desperate enough to start dropping ballers to win games. It's going to happen. It's either going to be me or Mark, and it's either going to be you or David. That's the only way it can happen. It's if whoever wants to win is going to have to drop ballers, and it might have to end up being all four of us. Like we might have to go, oh crap, they're dropping ballers to fill slots with 2 days ago. I'm going to have to drop ballers to fill slots with 2 days ago, and then it's going to be waiver pickups. It's going to be who. And the winner of the league is going to be the person who can pick up the biggest baller from the loser of the first round. That's what it's going to come down to.
I'll give you some insider stuff. I had to cut 2 of my best players from early in the season already.
Yeah.
Because they were out, and they were out and showing. One of them was Paul George. He's free agent now.
Really?
But last update said that it is almost like a 1% chance that he returns before playoffs start. Actual NBA playoffs. And then I cut that center that I had. Who was the center that I cut? I cut 2 guys that were averaging almost 50 points. Jarrett Allen for Cleveland. They're saying he might not even come back. There are a lot of these guys that are like, they could come back before the end of the season, but why? Let's save them for playoffs.
Right.
It's a Saquon Barkley thing.
Right, exactly.
So, I'm excited for it. Hey.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So, yeah, be ready. Look for that link. Hey, breaking news. You want to go to some breaking news?
Hey, no, let's do some random news first.
Random news?
Then we'll do some true breaking news.
All right, because then let's do this.
So, we're going to start with the biggest breaking news. I sent this one to somebody. I'm excited for this one. Breaking news. This comes from a Twitter post by AJ Plus. The Senate unanimously passed a bill to make daylight savings time permanent starting November 2023. The bill heads to the House. If successful, it would end biannual clock changes and lead to more afternoon light in winter months.
So
no more jumping forward. No more.
So the plus, we won't be adjusting our clock
ever again. I won't
we still have to in November of this year and March of next year. And then from there, we'll just forever be in daylight savings time. So we'll be an hour off from the rest of the world.
Something like that. It'll make it to where we no longer have to move our clocks around.
America.
I don't think any of the other places move their clocks. I think it's just an American thing.
And we're making it even more hardcore by making it permanent. Like, we are America, because not only, we'll end it. We could end it where we fall in line with the rest of the world, and then.
Oh, no. We got to be different.
No, we're going to be different. The whole United States, we're going to be 1 hour different than everybody else.
Well, Arizona's already, they're like, what's daylight saving? Oh, no, we don't do that.
So are they going to be forced into acknowledging daylight savings time now? Or are they going to be like the different people?
I don't know which side of the coin they're on. I don't know if Arizona has never moved clocks. In other news, this comes from JPA Football on Twitter. Browns want an adult at quarterback, but won't accommodate Baker Mayfield's trade request. Interesting.
I saw that. I saw that tweet, and
I laughed at it. So, Tulsa World. Step away from that boring box of salt in the back of the kitchen cabinet and level up your salt game with these 6 American-made favorites. I've not read these, so I'm going off. That was rough. Tulsa World. Canoe vehicles to be displayed next week at event at Mid-America Industrial Park. I know where that is. I work fairly close to that.
Yeah. I'm out there. I'm in that direction also.
Coming to Tulsa World, from the Tulsa World, a 20-year-old Chinese citizen illegally in the U.S. reportedly rented 2 rooms in Tulsa from October 2020 to July 2021 to receive packages from Europe with ketamine hidden in retail goods. I don't know what that.
Ketamine. That's a drug that you can. Have you ever seen Dexter?
No.
It's a drug like, I don't know. In Dexter, he uses it to inject his victims, and they pass out.
Oh.
And then he straps them to a table and murders them.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what ketamine is.
So you'll be excited to hear this one if you haven't already. Coming from Cerebi.net.
Yeah.
With the new update to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl tomorrow, which I don't remember what day I clipped this, so it could have. I think this is already available.
If you did it before today, then it is available, because today is yesterday's tomorrow.
I don't remember when I clipped this. If you have Legends Arceus save data on your Switch, you will get the Azure Flute to encounter Arceus in game of Shining Pearl and Diamond. So
now I can elaborate on that a little bit, because
have you already done it?
No, I have not.
Have you got the flute?
No, because in order to get the flute in your Diamond or Pearl remake for the Switch, you have to complete every regular mission in Legends Arceus, which the final mission is complete the Pokedex.
Oh, this just says if you have a save data.
Yes, you have to have the save data, but that save data has to contain a completed mission. So it's not just, yes, it's completed the dex because that's the final mission, but you have to complete every mission, which includes completing the dex. So if you complete the dex but haven't finished all the missions, you can't get it.
What missions? You talk about like all the side quests?
No, the main mission. The main, like, after you...
Okay, you have to beat the game.
You have to beat the game, roll in credits, and then there's like another series of
Yeah,
main
the legendaries.
missions.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
done that part yet.
So yeah, that's going to be a thing. And then I'm
Okay.
getting mixed reviews on whether you have to have both Dialga and Palkia in your remake to get it, or if you just have to have one or the other. That one I haven't got confirmation on.
So it's not like you just open up Shining Pearl, you just open up the remakes, and bam, there's Arceus.
Right. Yeah, there's actually one, and in order to get that in there, so you have to have the completed mission all done in Legends, but then you
Okay.
also have to have a completed Sinnoh Dex and acquire the National Dex or whatever it's called. Like you have to get that second Pokedex. So it's there. You're gonna have to be playing. You're gonna have to do a lot of playing, a lot of catching,
Okay.
a lot of. You're gonna have to be
Dang,
completing some Dexes.
I was hoping I was just gonna open up Shining Pearl and just get me an Arceus.
Nope, double Dex it. Double Dex it.
Ooh, that's my favorite thing in the world.
As far as I know, we still don't have Pokemon Home availability, correct?
No, last time I checked, that was not a thing.
So, like, even if you catch it, you can't transfer it. Who knows?
Yeah. You can't.
It's exciting.
You can catch Arceus in Legends Arceus. That's the very last thing you do in the game.
It's replayability. I finally encountered it. I'm on that last mission where I have to complete the Dex. So.
Oh, you beat Arceus.
Yes.
Oh, so we can talk about that.
Yeah, I finally beat it this week. I was off 3 days, and so
we haven't talked about that. You didn't tell me.
I was doing a lot of button pushing. I know. I was saving it for the cast, and then it just segued.
So, right now, if you wish to not hear spoilers, because we're going to talk about main story stuff here. Skip ahead, because I want to talk to you about when you got kicked out of the village.
Yeah.
When you quelled the last boss, and Kamado or whatever his name is like, I don't trust you. Get out. You get kicked out. What was going through your head there? That was.
Well, I don't know. I was frustrated because I was like, what can I do now? Like,
yeah,
what can I do? Because everything that I've done has been built around being a Survey Corps member. So, do I catch Pokemon? What do I do? Can I complete the Dex? I was just lost.
It had me confused because I've beat and played through a lot of Pokemon games. And that storyline twist was just like, I've never seen this in a Pokemon game before. This is like adult real world problems, but you're 14 in the game, so that's weird too. When you got to the secret hideout that YOLO or whatever his name is, the eye patch guy, Volo, the eye patch. Yeah, the merchant guy that helps you.
Guy doesn't have an eye patch, I don't think.
Yeah, he's got an eye patch.
How fun! I don't think my guy
does. Go on. But the guy that introduces you to the fancy dressed lady in black.
Yeah.
Who did when you made a choice?
I went with my Pearl clan.
Is that which one? Is that the dude or the chick?
That was the girl.
Okay, see, I went with the girl too. Dang it! I was hoping you went the other one.
Oh no.
Because I think I think depending on, I haven't verified this. This is why I started the second playthrough. I think depending on who you pick, changes who you fight, what legendary you fight first at the temple. So. I think it does.
Yeah, I would be curious to see it from the other. I would be curious to see it because, the two leaders have very different personalities, and so it would be interesting to see the dialogue because where she's all like, "Oh, Palkia is talking to me," like how I can't see him, Adaman or whatever his name is. Yeah. I can't see him acting like that. So how would he, like, what would that dialogue be if you first fight Dialga? catch him, and then
Yeah.
will Dialga speak to Adaman the same way? Like I
Didn't think
want to
about
see it.
that. The voice in the head,
Yeah, I want to see it. Like would
because that
he?
dialogue would change, and yeah, you'd have to fight the other one first, because each one is the one for each clan. So yeah, that's weird. What going back in the storyline? Did you want to punch the what's the not the Voltorb, what's the evolution of Voltorb? Electrode.
Yep.
Electrode's handler, that
Yeah, his
smug
warden. Yeah,
jackwagon. I just wanted to punch him in the face.
yeah. What was his name? Melly or something. He was a jerk.
Yeah, like from the second you meet him, all the way to the last interaction right before you go to beat the game. It's
Question
like,
for you though. Aside from that guy being a jerk, while I'm thinking about it, Growlithe. Have you caught a Growlithe yet?
yeah, I've caught quite a few of them.
You caught them? Okay. Because I did. I remember like GameStop was having a deal where you could get a Growlithe.
Yeah, you catch them. They're quite regular.
Okay, because I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, when you went to go meet the lady that had the 2 Growlithe,
yeah,
you come up onto that. There's that long kind of ridge plateau. When you come up to it, there's a spot that they have a rare spawn halfway between that and her. And then if you go the opposite direction further down the ridge, there's actually a common spawn.
Okay.
That Growlithe. But I watched a deal, like Growlithe is the worst, like the absolute worst regional variant they've ever released. I've heard he is absolutely not good in this game. I think he's Fire Rock, which means that he is like ×4 weak to water, grass, and just like almost everything. There's a lot of stuff that makes him like 10 times weak
like
to.
Ground, right? Ground is super effective against rock and fire, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's.
I'm in what I'm doing right now is I'm assuming I don't know, but I'm assuming because I found that stone where that thing that Tombstone comes out of, or whatever, is that what it's called?
Spiritomb?
Spiritomb, yeah, the thing that Spiritomb comes out of. And I imagine to get that you have to collect all the wisps in every area and then visit that rock. So that's what I'm collecting all the wisps right now. And then while I'm collecting the wisps, I'm going in alphabetical order of the Pokemon that I have, and I'm doing I'm battling and using the agile agile type and whatever the special move is. Like I'm updating. I'm keeping my 5 core just in case I have a random crazy battle, and then I've got 1 Pokemon that I'm completing the dex while I'm hunting wisps.
The one thing that I did is I went to the first area, and you go to your Pokedex and you tab over to where it shows Pokemon that can only be found in that area, and then I sort that area by numerics. Pokedex numerical order. And then I think I've got like 80% of that dex finished.
I didn't understand that first area because Togepi is in that, but when you look, it doesn't show him.
So
where is Togepi?
Because you run into a Togepi. Volo has a Togepi that you fight early on. Plus, you can catch. What's the third evolution? Togekiss? You can catch a Togekiss in the first area. Sucks to do. I did it. I caught one. It's not fun.
Yeah. No, I think I've got Togekiss and Togetic. I've got those completed. But Togepi, I've caught Togepi in that. I think it was the Crimson Moorland.
I caught one in the coastlands.
But yeah,
I was literally the same way I caught one of my shinies. I caught a shiny Beautyfly, I think. I was on I was on the Weird Ear, just cooking it through the land, and all of a sudden I see a out of the corner of my eye I see, because when the way shinies work, whenever you get so close, they'll actually do the little sparkle thing and they'll make a noise.
Yeah.
I heard the
Yeah.
noise and the little sparkle. They were almost out of spawn range, and I'm like,
Gosh.
woo! And I went over and caught it, but the Togepi, I never could find where one spawned. I didn't know where it was, and I think I was in the coastlands, the Cobalt coastlands, and I just was running across an area, and all of a sudden I saw a Togepi on the ground, little bitty Togepi, and I had to skid to a halt and go sneak around and ended up catching him. But I haven't played it. I haven't played it in a while. I've been doing other stuff. But
It's still enjoyable. I'm liking the replayability, and I think once I get the wisps, I'm gonna start just going through the. I don't think I'm gonna actively like focus on the decks. I'm gonna be doing other things. So I'm gonna do the wisps, and then I'm gonna do the side quests
now you
that involve exploration.
do know that there's wisps that only show up at night, and only wisps that show up during the day, right?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, there's like a handful of wisps, and probably like half of them, because there's been areas that I've walked through that didn't have a wisp, and then like for some reason I came through that same area at night, and there's a wisp sitting there. I'm like, I've come through here like 6 times. Why? How did I?
I think it's because at night you see them better. Because that's what I've done. That's what I did.
No,
to get
I'm
all
pretty
the first. I flew. I just took Braviary.
I love
and
Braviary.
Flew around at night until I saw Wisp, and and maybe it just so happened that I collected like the first half of Wisps during the day, and then I just so happened to get. But it seemed like you just see them at night, and so I just took Braviary.
I love Braviary, man. Love Braviary. Like that mechanic works.
Have you caught a Braviary yet?
No, I have the Rufflet. This is the first time.
Yeah, I found a Braviary, and I've blown through like 40 of those like blue balls, those sky jet balls. Or whatever.
The jet balls.
Yeah, I can't hit them. I just can't. I don't know what it is. I try. I'm just like,
I
just burn through them like crazy.
In my second playthrough, I started using the wing balls quite a bit, and I got the wing the fast wing, the jet balls. They're kind of a, you have to lose a lot to learn how to use them, because you like with the ultra balls you have to arc them.
Yeah.
And with the heavy balls and laden balls, you have to like literally be like touching the Pokemon. It's like
right.
But with the jet balls, you almost have to point, almost like down at their feet to hit them in the head, almost.
Yeah, you have to go down to it. Yeah,
you have to either be dead on, high. And if there's elevation difference, if you're like up on a hill and they're below you, no, don't even. No, the game. It's almost like the game it's almost like it's a glitch in the game. If you almost have to be even level, it's weird how it works. The only thing, and going back to, I'm jumping back and forth here because you caught me off guard on this one. The only thing about in-game, the first in-game, pre-credit in-game, that made me dislike it, or not enough to like throw the game away, I didn't like how the Master Ball was thrown in a scripted cutscene.
So you don't think there's a Master Ball?
That was the Master Ball.
That was it?
The Origin Ball?
Yeah.
I think that was it.
I don't know. Have you got to level 10 yet?
No, I haven't got to 10 yet. I'm at 8.
still holding out that level 10 will get you a Master Ball.
I don't think so. I think that was the origin.
That's what I'm holding out for. Because come on,
Unless
man.
level 10 allows you to make the Origin Ball, because the Origin Ball was a 100% catch rate.
Right. Or level 10, the Origin Ball, you didn't even...
It was crafted for you.
Yeah. You didn't even get to use it. You just, once you defeated Dialga...
I think it was a key item.
Yeah, it was a key item. Yeah, you couldn't use it for anything other than that. Like, you didn't even use it. It was just part of a cutscene. Like, oh, I'm at this stage of the battle. Yeah. Cue the cutscene. I'm using the Origin Ball. I think, my theory, and I haven't looked it up. I don't know. Maybe either. Somebody's going to come out. But I think at level 10, you either get given a Master Ball, or you get, like, here's like a side quest where you can find these 2 items that can only be found right now.
Yeah.
And you can use those 2 items to craft a Master Ball or something like that.
Yeah, because because you gotta catch Arceus at the very end. So you think they're gonna just make us use Ultra Balls for that?
I don't know. I hope that if I get to level 10, I can use my Master Ball.
I haven't seen anybody at level 10, and I haven't heard anybody mention it. Have you caught a Rotom yet?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Have you got any of his items to change him?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I have the lawnmower in my house.
Oh, do you?
the house in the main in Jewel Life City.
Yeah.
Your little room. Right beside your room, there's the 2 traders. There's the guy that sells stuff randomly. There's the one that'll sell like.
I've seen them but never talked to him. So.
Okay, so that guy, the guy sitting down in the chair.
Yeah.
He doesn't always have stuff. If you buy something from him, you have to wait like so much time in game, and he'll be like, "I've got something else for you," and he'll sell you like 15 Ultra Balls for like $3,000.
Oh, nice.
Like before you can even buy them. I mean, before you can even make them. Or he'll sell you a bunch of berries, or he'll sell. You can get the peat block that evolves Ursaluna.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen him sell it, but I've heard that he does sell it. Well, he also sells he'll be like, I've got this weird item that I don't know where it came from. I just found it. Do you want it? And it was like $25,000 or something like that. It was expensive. Maybe been like $15,000.
You're like, oh, I gotta get this.
Well, I bought it. It was the lawnmower. As soon as I saw it, because it puts it in your house. Because I think you can buy you can get the lawnmower, the washing machine, and the fan, and whatever the fire. There's like 4 or 5 items that Rotom can enter to change its form. And I think you can buy. I think there's like 4 or 5 items you can get from that you have to get from that guy that go in your house. And that's how you change Rotom's form.
Interesting. Okay.
It'd be it's kind of a weird mechanic, and I guess to make it fit in the storyline with the Rift, it's the only way they could get Rotom to change into its grass, water, and whatever form.
Right.
What was the fire one? Because I know there was the lawnmower, the washing machine, there's a fan, which makes him a flying type.
I don't remember what the fire one was.
I don't remember what the fire one was.
I don't.
If you know, comment down below.
Yeah.
Hey, do you got breaking news? Because we're quite.
Yes, breaking news. You need to consult with your sources, but Yi was temporarily banned from Instagram for violating hate speech policy.
Who was?
Yi, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, now known as Yi.
Oh, he changed his name?
I guess. I guess. But yes. I'm assuming he changed his name. But the experts are warning that abuse isn't only physical. There is such thing as mental abuse. So Instagram said, yo, Yi, what you said, and I haven't heard what he said, but they said what he said was dangerous. And boom, temporary ban of one of the
So,
most famous people in the world.
so Kanye West, my sources, Kanye West responds with racist slur after Trevor Noah's comments on his divorce.
That's funny because I thought he was able to use racial slurs. Like I thought he was able to do that.
Well, okay, so Kanye West may be able to, but Ye can't.
Maybe that's what it is. Okay, yeah, you're probably right. So, but anyway, so yeah, that was my breaking news. Comment down below, or
Don't do it.
tweet us what you think.
No, tweet us, but don't use those things.
No, yeah, do not use the words that Ye used. I'm not sure. I can only imagine because I know Trevor Noah, and so maybe Ye thought, hey, we're the same. I can use these words, and then Instagram's like, not on this platform, Ye. And then they yeeted him off.
Yee. Yeeted. Ye got yeeted.
All right,
Hey,
bro, we watched a movie.
We watched
Retro movie review.
We did.
What in Sam Elliott did we just watch here?
Man, so how did you think, like, what?
Okay.
I told you earlier, I did not think it was as disturbing as people made it out to be.
I don't know where the disturbing parts were. I was just confused most of the movie. So,
because I could see the ending with like the arm and the girl needing the money, like that was pretty messed up.
It was a snowball effect movie, and it was kind of all over the place, but in one place at the same time. And I didn't understand the role the mother played in.
That was like a side story. Like
it was, and it was
weird.
At the end, I was like, was the mother just as like of a kind of like a it's supposed to be there so that the main character caught like a bit of a crossroads when he found out that he's selling drugs and she's using drugs, and now he has to tell his mom drugs are bad.
But he's
when that's his life,
selling.
Yeah.
It was.
I will admit, the artistic direction of this movie, with all the every time it really didn't show him using the drugs. It would do that jump thing where it would show like the veins
would dilate, the veins,
and the sound effects. And I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, you never actually saw. I mean, you did see.
You did see them doing drugs.
Smoke. I thought you saw them smoke, but you never saw them shoot up.
And you never saw them snort the powder.
Yeah.
That you never actually saw them do that.
But you saw pill popping, and I think you saw smoking.
Yeah, they do. Right. Yep, there was that. So, but then there was the weird fast forward scenes.
like you're trying to experience what it's like to be on an upper like that.
Yeah, because there's a scene where Jared Leto's in the. He's waiting on.
How young did Jared Leto look?
He looks young, and he looks like. Have you seen him? The previews of his new Marvel movie, Morbius?
Yeah.
He doesn't look much older.
You're right. You're not wrong.
He's a beautiful man. Beautiful.
And he's in his 50s, I think.
Something like that. How old is he? I don't think he's in his 50s. I don't think he's that old.
You don't think he's in his 50s? I think he is. I think I heard he's in his 50s. Jared Leto. You might, if you guys don't know him from the movies, you might know him as the front man in 30 Seconds to Mars.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't realize that that's where he started.
Right? Is it crazy?
I feel like an idiot. You want to know how old he is?
How old is he?
50.
50. See, he's in his 50s.
He is 50. Wow.
Right?
Really?
He looks better than we do, and we're in our 30s.
I know. But we weren't that beautiful in our 20s.
That's fair. That's fair.
And in our 30 Seconds to Mars, probably, God, awesome band, awesome group.
They are awesome. They are really good.
And
it's
he found he found a talent for acting, and shot off. The first movie I ever saw him in was Fight Club.
Never seen Fight Club.
He was in Fight Club. Well, yeah, option. But let's just stick on path here. That made no sense whatsoever.
Metacritic.
So let's do that. Which interesting picture for them to still, because Metacritic gives like a small video, and it paused on the scene of Connolly in the sports bra in front of the mirror, like with her arms out. It's about midway through the movie. It's got half of the scene blurred out because she didn't have anything on underneath.
Oh, okay, I do remember that. Yeah, I thought that was weird because you saw stuff, and I'm like, that's weird that you saw the bottom but not the top. But,
Yeah, that was.
like usually actresses choose to go the other way, and I thought that was really interesting that she.
It didn't really show.
flip-flopped.
It didn't really even show much of. You could just see kind of.
You saw the top. You saw a tuft.
But yeah, that was a weird. Side note: there was a lot of weird scenes. It's like I don't. But I feel like if they cut all the weird scenes that made no sense, this would be like a 30-minute movie.
Right. Yeah.
So, okay, so 32 critics.
32 critics. I think the critics, man, they probably like this one. I think that they gave it a 79.
Ooh. Close to our favorite number.
Oh, giggity.
68. Why not? Why not? Somebody just needs to give one more review.
I'm on it. Let's get to those users. I know the users had to have liked it more. They probably gave it a 7.6.
850 users. So this is higher than I thought it would be. And even I'm always impressed when we have almost 1,000 people review, and it's still in the green.
Yeah.
So if you have it on that Metacritic, and I don't know if you ever look at it,
I haven't looked at it before.
like I think like super low scores, the numbers in red, and then you got mid tier, which is in yellow, and then you got green. The 68 critic, that's a green. So I think it's got to be in like the 50s for a yellow, and under 50 or in the 40s is red.
Okay.
We're in the green for users at an 8.8.
Dang, an 8.8. That's a really good score.
Especially for that many users. For it to still be that high.
That was a crazy movie. Like, I'm surprised. That's crazy. It was a wild movie.
So the summary is weird.
Okay.
So this modern day fable is set on the rusted mean streets of Coney Island, Brooklyn. The dual storyline parallels four people who set out in pursuit of a better life.
Yeah.
Critics gave it 22 positive, 6 mixed, 4 negative. Users gave 783 positive, 30 mixed, 37 negative. Just
Interesting.
I'd have gave this one a middle of the road score.
It was I don't even know how I would have went with it. It was just so interesting.
It wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't
really good either.
Good movie. Yeah,
it wasn't like you weren't like, man, that was a great movie, but you're like, but you wouldn't say
because it was
a terrible movie. It was just you were just like, wow.
Well,
okay. That happened.
It was well made. Like the quality and production was good. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal acting, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it was great. Absolutely.
I mean, there really was only about 3, 4. There were the four main actors. But then you had the guy. You had What was weird? It had the doctor at the end that came in, looked at Jared Leto's arm, and went, "I'll be right back," and like grabbed the medication. I saw him on a comedy sketch show that released like last year.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm like, wait, this guy, and he was only in like maybe like a 2-minute scene,
if that,
and never even came back. Yeah. So,
Interesting. Okay.
And then it had the guy from Happy Gilmore as the weird, like, the commercial, that TV show she was watching the whole movie.
Yeah, I recognize him too.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but McDonald was his last name, I think. But he was Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore. You ever watch Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, I've seen Happy Gilmore. Yep.
Yeah, he's Shooter McGavin. That's the only other movie I recognize him off of.
I
Off of other stuff.
recall. Yeah, he's in other stuff. I recall him from other things. I don't really picture him as Shooter McGavin, but you're correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
What was up? What all the chanting, and it was like a weight loss, wasn't it?
It was more like a self-help, like be a better you.
Yeah.
And man, that was crazy.
It just kept going back
It was
to
just
it.
crazy. Yeah, you saw it a lot, and it really had nothing to do with anything other than her living in that world. Like that was her
That was her
world.
motivation.
Yeah, like that was it. And like she got a random phone call about being on a TV show, and they're like,
Did
no,
she?
we're for real.
But
we
did
don't know.
she?
We don't know, but they never said. But then she kept visualizing herself on that show, and her whole thing was, "I'm gonna be
Yeah,
on
and
TV."
then at the end, she has that big drug trip.
Yeah,
Almost,
you have no.
and goes to the studio, and they're like, "Nah," and then they admit her.
Yeah, crazy.
So,
Common Sense Media.
yeah.
That's good. This I have a feeling this is gonna be super interesting.
Oh, this one's gonna be good.
This is our boy Charles Cassidy Jr. We've had him before. He says it's a 3-star for 18 and over.
I think we had him last week.
We might have. It might have been just
I
last
think
week.
that's a good movie.
He said it's a shocking, grim addiction saga worth discussing. Parents say 16 and older for 4 stars, and kids say 15 and older for 4 stars. That's I don't know. I don't know if I feel. I don't think I would feel comfortable with my 15-year-old watching this movie.
I felt
That's
uncomfortable watching some parts of this movie, so
It was interesting. Interesting note. They have a note saying, "Did we miss something on diversity?" They say research shows a connection between kids' healthy esteem and positive portrayals in media. That's why we've added a new diverse representation section to our reviews that we'll be rolling out on. Oh, we've seen that before. We've seen diverse with that Christmas movie that we watched.
not possibly.
We saw that, and so I guess they're looking. That's fairly new, and they are going to be adding that moving forward. This movie's old enough that that's not a category.
Well, that's fair.
Let's go. Positive messages. What do you think, sir?
Not present.
Not present, but clickable.
What?
Yeah.
Got me.
Principal characters are all doomed addicts and drug users, and their ethnicity and circumstances seem to cut across all genders and ages. It could happen to anyone, is the implicit message. Nobody here makes a movie, nobody here makes a move to save themselves either. Though their personal goals are empowerment, not the inevitable self-destruction, ironically, drug dealer addict Harry disapproves, quite rightfully, his mother taking diet pills.
Yeah, that.
We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But not enough. Violence. More violence.
Can we give her a 2?
You sure can. Charles says 4.
But okay, I might know where he's coming from on that one, but that's a stretch still.
He says shootings, some at close range. Remember the car scene?
I forgot about the car scene with the deaf guy.
Yeah. Jailhouse beatings. I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah.
A violent fantasy about stabbing a character through the hand with a fork.
Oh yeah.
One character's arm develops ghastly, oozing wounds from his IV drug use needle injections. And another is strapped, force-fed, and electrocuted in a hellish medical environment. I would give it more than 3, but less than 4. But
yeah,
sex.
yes, all of it.
It gave it a 5.
Had to have a 5. It had a full on.
It was.
Sex scene.
It was. I would have said more than 4, less than 5. But
No,
I mean,
that one scene with Marlon Wayans and his girlfriend.
that's true. That's true.
That's one of those that gives a movie a 5, because that's like, you're not even trying to hide what these two are doing.
Right. That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's
like,
true. It says brief full frontal female nudity in some versions. Interesting. I guess other versions don't have that.
I guess Amazon Prime version didn't have that one.
Well, we saw brief full frontal, didn't we? I don't know. Maybe we didn't. We saw Tuft.
Yeah.
One character is sexually active with her therapist, her boyfriend, and her pusher.
Yep.
In the unrated version, she ultimately descends into full-blown prostitution and performs degrading sex acts, which aren't shown in clear detail, but you get the idea. With the women before a live audience. And then another couple seen having intercourse in profile, and they're seen naked. So did you see that ending with the woman who they had that thing and they're like, well, she was going to go for money, and she went back to that guy, and then she used that thing with that other woman? Did you see that?
Oh, the scene where all the guys were chanting.
Yeah,
that scene was in there.
That has to be the unedited version, right?
Well, let's just say that
if that's the edited version.
I think we watched the unedited. This is the only time. Have you ever seen a movie on the rating just open? It doesn't have a rating. It says in Metacritic. It says rating open.
Oh my!
It's not a rated R movie. It's this is an unrated.
Interesting.
I think we watched the full thing.
So, I would think so, because that would be pretty crazy if that wasn't.
The Marlon Wayans scene, and then
right.
the final scene with her. If that's worse if there's an unrated version that shows more, I'm like, that got pretty bad.
Yeah. Language. What do you think?
I heard it. Let's give it a 4. So you give it a 4?
Yep, 4. Frequent use of the F word, MF word, the S word, the B word, and the A word.
I heard a racial slur at least once. Like it was Wayne's character said once or twice.
Consumerism.
Let's go with a 3.
I thought I saw some stuff, but he says not present.
Well, I figured.
Did we see Pepsi or something like that?
I don't remember seeing any specific brands, but I figured the whole infomercial she watched the entire stupid movie.
Well, actually, it's not present but clickable, and in the clickable it says one character's mad devotion to a TV game show is a key to the plot, though the show is not real. So, according to him, it's not even real. I didn't think it was a game show, but
it was almost like a motivational speaker kind of.
Yeah, I thought it was like an infomercial, like, look at what we're doing to make everybody happy. Buy our DVD, and you can learn our tricks to be happy, also, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But this one's. Oh, go ahead.
I would just said I'd have gave it a 2 or 3 just out of that. Oh, he mentioned Macy's. He bought the TV from Macy's.
Yeah.
Come on now. I know that's not relevant nowadays because they don't exist anymore, but
they have a warehouse in Owasso.
That's fair. You got me.
It's somewhere. There's got to be a Macy's somewhere. So this one's probably going to be not present, but drinking, drugs, and smoking.
I didn't see any.
I don't know. Just crazy. It's weird, but Charles gave it a 5.
Must have watched the version we didn't have.
Right? Maybe we just didn't notice it because it was the entire movie.
Yeah.
Heroin use, cigarette smoking, and abuse of diet pills or amphetamines are the central subject. Quick, punchy editing, macro photography, and rhythmic cuts try to convey the jittery exhilaration of the narcotics. It's hardly intended as a favorable portrayal, of course.
I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
It was creative.
There is nothing about that makes a kid go, "Ooh, I want to try drugs now." Like that's true. Like there's nothing about it that you would be like. It's not glorified at all, Even in the scenes that somebody could be like, "Oh, that could be pop." It's done in such a way that you're just like,
and it just the whole movie is literally just from start to finish, the ups, and then massive downs of long-time drug use.
Yeah,
because it didn't seem to show it. Like if they didn't do the spring, summer, or spring, fall, winter cuts, you would think this movie was like a day or two long.
right.
But they would do those seasonal cuts, and it's like, oh well, quite a bit of time has passed here.
Yep.
So,
yeah, it's crazy. What parents need to know: parents need to know that drug abuse permeates this downbeat drama about people in seemingly hopeless descents. As a final descent into degradation, one girl performs in a grotesque lesbian stage sodomy act to continue getting her heroin. The edited version only cuts out a few microseconds of this. Both versions of this film have enough language, explicit sex, violence, blood, and nudity, included female full frontal, to merit an R. I guess an R rating, I guess. Both versions try with hypnotic imagery and music to capture both the allure and the insidious damage of intoxicants. So, it's pretty crazy. Parents, there are 14 parent reviews and 44 kid reviews.
Oh, that's the most
crazy.
I've seen.
That's crazy. There was a kid gave it a 5 stars for 13 and older just 2 months ago. Said very good, but can't ever watch again. Another kid gave it a 4-star and said too much drinking, drugs, and smoking. It has too much violence, too much sex, and too much swearing. Why are you giving it a 4-star for 16-year-olds if you say it has too much of all of this?
What the heck?
Kids. They shouldn't be reviewing anything. Who cares what a kid thinks? Come on. Next week, bro. What are we watching next week?
Fight Club?
Fight Club? Let's do it.
See if I can find it. I think it's on Netflix.
Don't tease me, bro.
I think it's on Netflix. It's on Tubi, free.
With ads.
Probably. It was at one time on Netflix, but it's not anymore.
Okay. I might end up having to take an oath because I'm sick of ads.
Mine's been not working right.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Is there... What else?
Breaking news real fast. Ocarina of Time has been nominated for induction into the Video Game Hall of Fame. How is that not already in the Video Game Hall of Fame?
Because it's not a good game?
It's one of the best games. It introduced the target lock system that everybody enjoys in every game nowadays. No video game had ever had target lock until Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I never played
Think about that. Think about that.
Never played it.
It's... anyway.
Breaking news. The only Zelda game I've ever played was Breath of the Wild.
That's fine. Before we cut off, I got a couple music suggestions.
Okay. Before he says that, if we're gonna go Fight Club. If we don't, we'll mess something out. Go on.
It will be on the Twitter. But okay, so a couple things. One came from a guy that we spent some time with this morning. He told me about Hank Trill, which is Hank Hill's alter ego, who is a rapper. It's not for kids, but absolutely hilarious. Propane Money 2 is hilarious.
Okay.
It is a fantastic song. check it out. I'll add it to our Spotify. And then there's another song that was introduced by a guy that we work with from an artist named Joji, who started out in the YouTubes, and now he's like
Never heard of
made it into a Spotify. I don't know who he is, but he looks like somebody else that we work with. Anyway, I'll get with you later on that. But he has a song. His most famous song is Dancing in the Dark, I think. But I would suggest, and I'm going to add if I can find it in Spotify, his song Test Drive. It's just good vibing music. It has I heard an F word, so there's that, but it's just good. It's good vibing music. He says he wants a long ride, but she's just interested in a test drive, and so it's kind of about him. You know, she breaks his heart because she's just not into him as much as he's into her.
She's in it for a good time, not a long time.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, check out those. I'll try to make sure I remember to add them to our Spotify playlist if I could ever find my phone. I don't know where it is. I'll add it later. But check those out. Fight Club. What you got, sir? Anything else? I know we're running kind of long.
That's all I got. So let me get this.
If we're ready, we're getting closer and closer to our end of the season.
So,
guys,
like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. It's been fun.
And
later.
We are gonna
later.
And
later.
There it is. We're good at this.
The best. The best. I love myself.